Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prrmasindhu, Gauranga Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna devotees, Dandavat Pranam. Welcome to Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Today is the auspicious beginning of the holy month Karthik, and we are very fortunate to have the association of His Grace Prrmasindhu Gauranga Prabhu, who will be actually glorifying the glories of Karthik month, and also Prabhuji will be sharing how important and significant it is for practicing devotees to advance in the spiritual life. Thank you, Prabhuji. Over to you.
Hare Krishna. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dharati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Utapadakamadam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsya Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Dalita Shri Vishakhanvitam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusate Devi Pranamami Hari Priya Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktarinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. So today we are discussing about the glories of the month of Karthik. So Prabhupada speaks in Nectar of Devotion about the power of performing devotional service in the month of Karthik. So Prabhupada writes there that one of the most important of these ceremonial functions is called Urja Vrat. Urja Vrat is observed in the month of Karthik, especially in Vrindavan. which is Krishna's place of birth. And there is a specific program for temple worship of the Lord in his Damodar form. Damodar refers to Krishna's being bound with rope by his mother. So it is said that just as Lord Damodar is very dear to his devotees, so the month known as Damodar or Karthik is also very dear to devotees. So when the scriptures, they have different divisions. Okay. So there are the Upanishads, there are the Puranas. Upanishads, they speak about knowledge, liberation actually, moksha. Puranas, they speak about various subject matters. There are different categories of Puranas. And the Puranas, they teach lessons through history. Then there are Itihasas. Itihas is also basically history. So through history is spoken of great personalities or the Supreme Lord. And then so there are different varieties of scriptures, and one of the variety is Smritis. So what is Smriti? Smritis are the manuals which give the aspect of performing different rituals. So rituals or code of conduct, for different things. For example, Manusmriti is a book which speaks about the code of conduct for upholding law and how the ruler should rule over the kingdom, what punishments are to be given, and the code of conduct for the society. Similarly, there are other Smriti Shastras which speak about how to follow different rituals. So now, for different type of people, they follow different type of rituals. The Karmakandis, those who believe in the Karma Mimamsa philosophy, they have certain code of conduct which they follow. So they have some Smriti Shastras. And the Vaishnavas, generally, they don't follow any karma. Basically, when we use the word karma, karma means ritual. Karma does not necessarily mean action. Karma means rituals, So karma kanda, So for Vaishnavas, in different sampradayas, different karmas are recommended. Karma means, as I said, karma means rituals. So what is the karma which is recommended for Gaudiya Vaishnavas? Can anybody say? Someone knows? What is the karma which is recommended for Gaudiya Vaishnavas?
The chanting, Prabhu.
Chanting is not karma. It is bhakti. Karma is, as I told you, it's a ritual. What ritual is recommended? Yes?
Is it Ekadashi Vrata otherwise?
That is also not a karma. Karma means yajna, different yajnas, which are meant for pleasing different personalities or getting something in life. Two types of karmas are there. So yajnas are there, then tapa is there, dana is there. So in this sense, I'm saying. So Ekadashi, chanting, all these come under Navavidha Bhakti, ninefold devotional service. So they are not considered as karma.
There is no such karma prescribed, right, Prabhuji, for Gaudiya Vaishnavas, because we are not interested in those type of fruitive activities.
Correct. So for Gaudiya Vaishnavas, no karma is recommended. In some certain sampradayas like Madhva Sampradaya and all, they perform some karmas. Some karmas are recommended by Acharya Madhva, like some daily yajna for Grihasthas and all that. But in Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya, no karma is recommended. So actually, if someone asks you that as Gaudiya Vaishnavas, what karma you do? What are your karmas? So the answer is we don't have any karma. The only karma is the chanting of Gayatri Mantra, because it comes under the Pancharatri ki Vidhi. So Pancharatras are part of the Smritis, Pancharatras are, they speak about the rituals. So the only karma which we do is chanting of Gayatri for those who are Brahman initiated. Apart from that, we don't have any karma actually. So that is why some people say that your sampradaya is not bona fide. So anyway, why we are discussing this? So the Smriti Shastras, they speak about what rituals one has to perform. And so in our Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya, we have one Smriti Shastra. Someone knows what is that Smriti Shastra which we have?
Bhagavatam.
No. Bhagavatam is not Smriti. It's a Purana.
I'm making all mistakes today. I'm sorry.
Yes. So the Smriti Shastra which was given to Gaudiya Vaishnavas is Hari Bhakti Vilas. Hari Bhakti Vilas. It was authored by Srila Sanatana Goswami and later on edited by Srila Gopal Bhatta Goswami. So Hari Bhakti Vilas is the book of rituals for Vaishnavas, Gaudiya Vaishnavas. So in Hari Bhakti Vilas, all the things which the Gaudiya Vaishnava is supposed to follow are specifically written there. They might fall under the category of pure devotional service also. But still, whatever the Gaudiya Vaishnavas are supposed to follow, they are written in Hari Bhakti Vilas. Now, Hari Bhakti Vilas is a big set of rituals for Gaudiya Vaishnavas. And everything is not mandatory to be followed from there as well. Prabhupada also speaks this in one of the purports. So, Hari Bhakti Vilas is a big set of rituals which is compiled by Sanatana Goswami and Gopal Bhatta Goswami. And the smaller and most essential section out of those rituals is found in Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu. So if you have read Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu, then you must have heard about the 64 items of devotional service. So those 64 items of devotional service, which you find in Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu, I think chapter 10, 11, somewhere over there. So they are the most essential items which are to be, or the duties or rituals executed, meant to be executed by Gaudiya Vaishnavas. So still, someone who wants to follow, so basically if you follow those 64, you are fine, because Hari Bhakti Vilas was compiled earlier. Later on, Rupa Goswami compiled, or he wrote Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu. So he has taken from Hari Bhakti Vilas whatever is necessary in terms of rituals. So if you follow those 64 items of devotional service, you're well and fine. In those 64 also, there are 5 main items. Someone remembers which are the 5 main items of devotional service? Who remembers the 5 most potent items mentioned by Srila Rupa Goswami?
Prabhuji, some I remember is
Yeah,
Dham Nivas.
whatever you remember, you can tell.
Yes,
First, yeah, Dham Vas, okay.
Dham was reading Srimad Bhagavatam.
Dham Vas, and the term is for Dham Vas is Mathura.
Mathura was.
Second is reading or
devotee.
hearing Srimad Bhagavatam.
Srimad
Yes.
Bhagavatam.
Then chanting of
Serving
the
a devotee.
holy names. Chanting of the holy names and
Serving the devotees, Prabhuji.
okay.
Deity worship.
Okay, so association of the Vaishnavas, which includes serving devotees and
Deity worship.
yeah,
Archa Vigraha.
Archa Vigraha Seva. So these 5 are considered as the most important out of all the rituals which Gaudiya Vaishnavas perform. Of course, these are not rituals or karmas in the true sense, because these fall under the category of ninefold devotional service, Navavidha Bhakti. But Gaudiya Vaishnavas are not at all interested in karma. So we are only performing the items of Navavidha Bhakti. So now if someone asks you that, Prabhuji, in Karthik, what are we supposed to do? So there can be various answers. So from Hari Bhakti Vilas, we can tell you something. I'm going to speak that also. In Hari Bhakti Vilas, Sanatan Goswami, Gopal Bhatta Goswami, they have compiled certain things from Padma Puran. Padma Puran speaks about the glories of Karthik. What is to be done, what is not to be done, what is the result of someone who follows the Karthik Vrata, what happens if someone does not follow the Karthik Vrata, how it is to be followed. All those things are coming from Padma Puran. So, Sanatan Goswami, he has compiled certain verses from Padma Puran which speak about these things. So, I will speak some of those verses also to you. But the essence is that if someone asks you what is to be done in Karthik, then first answer is that whatever is written in Hari Bhakti Vilas, you can do that. If that is too much for you, then you stick to the 64 items of devotional service which are mentioned in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. So in our daily, morning program, getting up for Mangal Aarti and chanting all the Aartis, Tulasi Aarti, etc., most of the 64 items are covered. So Prabhupada has designed the morning program in such a way that most of the 64 items are almost covered there. If you attend the whole morning program till Bhagavatam class and then eventually taking prasadam. So, and still more specifically, if we want to focus on certain activities during Karthik, what is to be done? Then we go to a even smaller subset, that is the 5 most potent activities of devotional service. So if you want to do something special in Karthik, then you take a vrata to focus on these 5 items. And if focusing on these 5 items is also difficult, then you choose one of the items and take a vrata. Vrata means a vow to do something extra in a focused way, So it can be chanting, it can be reading Bhagavatam, it can be serving devotees in some way. It can be visiting Dham and going on different parikramas. So we make a specific goal, if you want to achieve something, first you make a goal. And to achieve that goal, there should be a timeline. Then you can achieve that goal. So two things are required. First, you make a goal and there should be a timeline. So for example, if you choose chanting or if you choose Bhagavatam, these two are very easy to do. I mean, with our day-to-day work and all those things, we can do these two. Going to Dham and staying there for 1 month may not be possible for everybody. Or deity worship, not possible for everybody because throughout the day you cannot be engaged in deity worship. Serving devotees you cannot do throughout the day. So we can always engage our mind in Shastra and holy name. So you take a vow, I'm going to chant these many rounds in the month of Karthik every day. May not be a vow which you cannot follow. It should be a vow which you can follow. If you want to take a vow of, let's say, reading something, it can be Bhagavatam or it can be Chaitanya Charitamrita. So it can be any of the Bhakti literatures, written some book which is written by the Acharyas. So you make a fixed goal that, okay, let's say if it is Chaitanya Charitamrita, I am going to complete, let's say, the whole Madhya Lila. Depending on how much time you can spend, I am going to read the whole Chaitanya Charitamrita. That is also possible if you have time. So this kind of a vrata, the devotee should take, devotional vrata. The karma kandis, they will take some different kind of vratas. Those are also mentioned in the Shastras, but we don't do all those things. So the result of those kind of vratas, which are karmas, is that one might be elevated to heavenly planets and one gets punya. But since, as I explained to you, for Gaudiya Vaishnavas there is no karma, which is recommended. So we take a vrata for doing some devotional activity. So now let's see some things which are written in Hari Bhakti Vilas, and then we'll also speak about the glory of the month of Karthik. The month of Karthik for Gaudiya Vaishnavas is actually the month of Srimati Radharani. So whatever we do in this month, that activity is meant for pleasing Srimati Radharani. And that is why, that is one of the reasons that whatever we do in this month is, the result is multiplied, So let us see some things from Hari Bhakti Vilas. I have just chosen few verses. So Hari Bhakti Vilas, it's a voluminous work by Gopal Bhatta Goswami, Sanatan Goswami. And so it speaks about the duties in the month of Karthik, So I'm just reading the translations of the few verses which are selected here. I surrender to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who was tied about the waist with a rope, and who is the lover of Sri Radha. By his power, one is able to serve his favored month, the month of Karthik. The duties of the month of Karthik are clearly described in the Skanda Purana, Padma Purana, and other scriptures. The essence of what they say is collected here in one place. Especially in the month of Karthik, a Vaishnava should regularly bathe in the morning, worship Damodar, give charity, follow vows, and perform other spiritual activities. Here I will write then the month of Krishna begins. When the month of Krishna begins and how one should worship the Lord during this month. So all the details are also given there. A person who does not follow the vow in this month that is dear to the Lord Damodar finds himself outside all religious principles. He takes birth in an animal's womb. So there are many such verses which are quoted from different Puranas, which say that if someone does not follow Karthik properly, or he does not follow Karthik, does not take advantage of the devotional opportunities which are given, then what happens to him? All his pious credits are finished. He takes both an animal's womb and he goes to hell. And so many verses like that are given. I'm just chosen few. Oh, best of sages, a person who does not follow this vow in the month of Kartik is a Brahmana killer, a cow killer, a thief of gold, and a perpetual liar. So, these verses tell that how important it is for a person to take advantage of the month of Kartik. Otherwise, he is considered as not a very sincere person. You know. So, just 1 minute. Guru Puja is going on, so I'll close the door. Yeah, so you should not be scared of the verses, but the verses are given in different scriptures, Puranas, just to make us understand uh, the necessity or the dire need of taking this month of Kartik sincerely. O king of Brahmanas, what good will study of the Vedas and Puranas do for a person who does not follow the Vaishnav Kartik vow? O Narad, if one does not follow the Vaishnav Kartik vow, 7 births of his pious deeds become useless. In the Padma Puran, in a conversation of Sri Narad and the sages, headed by Sri Shaunaka, it is said, a human being in this world of karma who does not follow the vow of Kartik takes the Chintamani jewel placed in his hand and throws it into muddy water. So this verse basically sums up the importance of, following Kartik. The Kartik month is like a Chintamani jewel. It can give you uh, all the results which you want. If someone wants pious results, Kartik can give that. If someone wants devotional results, Kartik can give that. You know. So not utilizing this Kartik month is like, if you have Chintamani jewel and you just throw it away. O Brahmanas, the month of Kartik is very dear to Lord Krishna. That is why Lord Krishna turns his face from anyone who does not follow the Kartik vow. So very important. Krishna does not like a person who does not follow Kartik. Okay. Then it says that he loses the rare human form, human life he attained after many thousands and millions of births, who does not worship Lord Vishnu in the month of Kartik. So these are certain verses from Hari Bhakti Vilas. And as we discussed earlier, Hari Bhakti Vilas gives a very detailed account how we can follow Karthik. But as I told you, the most important thing is the 5 potent items of devotional service, because those are the most important subset of this bigger set of the rituals which the Vaishnavas are supposed to follow. So now coming to the standard which Srila Prabhupada has given us, of course in ISKCON there is no specific standard which is mentioned by the GBC, but according to the mood of Srila Prabhupada, what we should do. So Karthik is a very important or the most important month in our calendar. Why it is so? Let us understand. It is very, very dear to Sri Radha Madhava. Just as there is no yuga which is equal to Satya Yuga, there is no scriptures, like the Vedas, and no place of pilgrimage like Ganges. There is no month equal to Kartik. It is explained. These are some of the verses in Puranas. So during the Kartik month, millions of devotees, they worship Damodar with ghee lamps, with bhajans glorifying the Supreme Lord. And Gaudiya Vaishnavas also, they follow certain vows. Different Gaudiya Vaishnavas will follow different vows. Some will follow all of them which are given in Hari Bhakti Vilas. Very strict observance. And as we told you, that the most important thing is take a vow, choose one of the items of devotional service out of the most 5, and just go ahead, do it. And the vow should be such that it should give you some pain, So there should be some tapasya involved there. Not that we are easygoing and everything is happening the way it is. So some aspect of tapasya should be there. Then for the vow. So what are the vows which we can offer? So first vow, we all know, daily offering of the ghee lamps to Radha Damodar, singing of Damodar Ashtakam. And so these 2 things everybody should do. Singing of Damodar Ashtak and daily offering of ghee lamps. That everybody should do. And the best place for performing Kartik Vrata is the Dham. So Sri Vrindavan Dham or other dhams like Mayapur, Jagannath Puri. So if one is not able to stay there, at least one can visit there for a short time. So Hari Bhakti Vilas, Sanatana Goswami is telling that another very important thing to be done in Kartik is to hear Krishna Katha. So what is the use of a person who goes to Dham but does not hear Krishna Katha? Anyway, going to Dham has its own significance. But one should hear Krishna Katha. Even if one is not able to go to any Dham, one should stay in that place and hear Krishna Katha. So Sanatana Goswami writes that even if someone reads a half verse, or let's say just a quarter of a verse, in the month of Kartik, then what happens? It gives the fruits of donating 100 cows just by reading 1/4 of a verse. So just imagine how much greedy we should be. In sometimes during the year end and all the big malls, they have this sale, clearance sale. So you come and buy things for cheap, and so people crowd up there to buy things. So Kartik is also like that. You read half a verse, quarter of a verse, and you get the fruits of donating 100 cows. So, of course, as we discussed earlier, Gaudiya Vaishnavas are not interested in karma. Neither they are interested in the results which give pious activities. So we are not interested in getting the result of donating 100 cows or 1,000 cows, or the any kind of these kind of results. Of course, they naturally come to a devotee. So the most important thing is hearing Hari Bhakti, Hari Katha. So we are discussing here the practical things which we can do. First thing is offering of lambs, reading Damodarashtak. Then, if it is possible for you, you can do that in the dham. If not possible, be at home. Second thing which is to be done is hearing Krishna Katha, because just reading half a verse, it gives the the result of donating 100 cows. So, of course, we are not after some results, pious results like that. But another result which is told about Hari Katha is that it uplifts hundreds of generations of one's family. So all of us, we have different types of rinas. The Pitru rina is there, the rina of the Devatas is there, rina of the Rishis are there. So we hear in the Srimad Bhagavatam, 11th canto, that the devotee does not worry about all these rinas, debts, because he is only busy thinking of Krishna all the time. So all his rinas they don't exist for him. But this is told for someone who is 24/7 engaged in devotional service, which we are not, and we have so many conditionings. So we definitely have these rinas of the demigods, rinas of the pitris, rinas of the rishis. So how a devotee is supposed to please these personalities? We are all, because as devotees we should be grateful to everybody. We should not think that, oh, pitris and all, I don't care, hell with it. Devatas, hell with them. They are all our guardians, and whatever we have got, including this body, the facilities, they have a role to play in that. So Hari Bhakti Vilas tells different ways of pleasing the Pitras, pleasing the demigods, pleasing the rishis for Vaishnavas. So the Vaishnavas can do it in a Vaishnava way. Those how to do that, it's told in Hari Bhakti Vilas. The Karmakandis, they also do it by different rituals. We also do it. So our rituals are based on devotional service. One of the things to please the Pitris, is Hari Katha. So it is said that a person will burn all his sinful reactions and gain the fruit of 10,000 sacrifices, 10,000 fire sacrifices for each day of Karthik, if he spends the day in the delight of the scriptures. So let's say that you take a vow that today, the whole day, I am going to read Srimad Bhagavatam. It is equal to getting the fruit of 10,000 fire sacrifices in the month of Karthik. So as I told you, we are not after the karma results, 10,000 sacrifices and all. But we want a devotional result. So what is the devotional result? It is said that Lord Madhusudan is not as pleased by sacrifices or by charity of cows or the charity of elephants as he is pleased by the discourses from the scriptures during the month of Karthik. So definitely one can get all those kind of results also. They are secondary results. But the main result is pleasing the Lord. He is more pleased by Hari Katha than by all these things. So Hari Katha is very, very important. We should take a vow to read Bhagavatam throughout the day. Whenever let's say today is a holiday from our work, we take a vow that this is the month of Karthik, today whole day I am just going to eat once, let's say, not thrice or twice. And throughout the day, right from the morning till the evening or the night, I'm going to read Bhagavatam. So please don't disturb me for just one day in 365 years, 365 days of the year. So we should do something like that. So then there are so many other things, so the most important things I have told you: offering a lamb, reading or singing Damodarashtak. So when one offers a lamb during the month of Kartik, his sins in many thousands and millions of births perish in the blink of an eye. Actually, it is said half blink of an eye. Again, these are quotes from Skanda Purana. Skanda Purana is a dialogue between Brahma and Narada, and Brahma is telling Narada about the glories of Kartik. So, offering a lamb to the Lord in Kartik, one's sins in thousands and millions of births perish in blink of an eye. No, half a blink of an eye. Then, by offering a lamb during the month of Kartik, one attains a pious result 10 million times greater than the result obtained by bathing at Kurukshetra during a solar eclipse, or by bathing in the river Narmada during a lunar eclipse. So, another quote, it says, a person who during the month of Kartik offers a lamb to Lord Keshav has already performed all yajnas and bathing in all rivers. So, and of course, the most important one for us, it says, a person who offers a lamb to Lord Krishna during Kartik attains the eternal spiritual world where there is no suffering. So, today is a full moon day. What is the festival today? Today is
Sharat Purnima.
Sharat Purnima. So, it says that when someone offers the Lord a lamb on the full moon day in the month of Kartik, that is today, and also the one of the last days in Kartik when again Purnima will come. Then what happens? Lord Krishna, what he gives that person. So Lord Krishna thinks, I don't have sufficient money to repay that gift to that person. The person has offered me a lamb on the full moon day of Kartik. I have nothing to give him now. So Krishna thinks like that. So Krishna becomes so pleased. This is written in Skanda Purana. So the Pitris, they are also glorified. They say that when you see the Pitris, people are doing different rituals for satisfying the Pitris, the Pitri dosha and all that. So the Pitris, they are saying, when someone in our family pleases Lord Keshava by offering to him a lamb during the month of Kartik, then by the mercy of the Lord who holds the Sudarshan Chakra in his hand, we will attain liberation. So we are all indebted to our Pitris. So the best thing to do for them is the things which are prescribed in Hari Bhakti Vilas. One of the things is offering of the lambs. So they also get these devotional credits which open the door of liberation for them. Then Brahma says, O Narad, no sin exists anywhere in the three worlds that will not be purified by offering a lamb to Lord Keshava during Kartik. What? No sins exist anywhere which cannot be purified just by offering a lamb to Lord Keshava during Kartik. So basically, there are so many glories like that. And as we discussed, we can take a vow to perform one of the devotional activities. Now, Karthik is the best and most glorious month because it is the month of Srimati Radharani. So this month is full of love, towards the Lord and towards his devotees. And any vow which is followed in this month, even a very small one, it brings tremendous results. So the essence of Karthik is to satisfy Shri Shri Radha Damodar. So, what is the name of Srimati Radharani's mother?
Kirtida.
Kirtida. Correct answer. So, also one of the names of Srimati Radharani's mother is Kirtika. Okay. So Kirtida and Kirtika, it's almost similar. And so, the daughter of Kirtika is Kartika. According to Sanskrit, if someone is a daughter of Kirtika, she will be known as Kartika. So, one of the so Kartika it represents Srimati Radharani, and Gaudiya Vaishnavas, they follow Kartika Vrat, especially to satisfy Srimati Radharani by worshipping her during this month. So Srimati Radharani is very famous for her compassion, and so we follow some rules and regulations of Kartik Vrata, which are called as Niyama Seva, so that Srimati Radharani will pour her compassion, divine compassion on us. So, Srimati Radharani and her Sakhis, the divine cowherd girls, so they are bestowing upon us the eternal loving devotional service to the divine couple in Vrindavan. So, for Gaudiya Vaishnavas, Kartik Vrat is more important than any other vows during the year. So most of the other vows, for the pleasure of the Lord and his expansions, they are, they last for half a day or full day, generally half a day. Some vows like Janmashtami are for full day. Narasimha Chaturdashi is till the evening. All the vows which are to be followed by Gaudiya Vaishnavas, they are mentioned in Hari Bhakti Vilas. So we only follow those which are mentioned in Hari Bhakti Vilas. Others we don't follow. So, but the vow for the pleasure of Srimati Radharani, it lasts for 1 month, which is the Kartik vow. So, the Gaudiya Vaishnavas in particular, they focus this month on the worship of our most revered Srimati Radharani, and they perform special service for her pleasure. So the month is, or the one of the name of Srimati Radharani is also Urjeshwari, and that is why the Kartik Vrat is also known as Urja Vrat. Prabhupada also writes about Urja Vrat in one of his purports. So Urja means what? Wealth, power, energy, So all the wealth, strength, power, energy, they are manifesting through Srimati Radharani. She manages all the wealth, strength, power which is required for serving Krishna. So Urja Vrat is followed in the month of Kartik. It's coming from Srimati Radharani. And that's why the Vaishnavas, they give a lot of importance to Kartik, because we are trying to satisfy Srimati Radharani to get her service and thus get service to Krishna. So, I think it's already time. So, we could have spoken much more. Just 2 minutes more.
Yes,
So
Prabhuji,
when,
continue, Prabhuji.
when,
Today being Saturday.
when Srimati Radharani is pleased with us, then she will compassionately cleanse us. And when we are cleansed, then we will become worthy to gain eternal service in the spiritual world, in the mood of her cowherd damsels, which is the mood of Gaudiya Vaishnavas. And so Satyavrat Muni, although he himself is not in Madhurya Ras, he also tells, Namo Radhikayai Tvadiya Priyayai Namo Nantalilaya Devaya Tubhyam. So Satyavrat Muni is taking the name of Sri Radharani. So I bow down to your dearest beloved Srimati Radhika. Namo Radhikayai Tvadiya Priyayai. So with this, he is pointing out that the only engagement during the Damodar Vrat should be the worship of Shri Radha Damodar. And so Urja Vrat, or basically Karthik Vrat, is there are 64 items of devotional service for Gaudiya Vaishnavas, and they should focus on these 64 items of devotional service during this Urja Vrat or Karthik Vrat. So this thing I have already explained in the beginning of the class, that the Hari Bhakti Vilas, it gives a long list of rituals which can be followed. And more importantly, the 64 items of devotional service which are outlined in the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, they are to be followed. So Urja Vrat is basically focusing on these 64 items of devotional service. So, in short, what the devotee is supposed to do. First, rise at Brahma Muhurta. We may not be accustomed to wake up every day during Mangalarti, but at least for this month, we can try, take a vow, rise at Brahma Muhurta, experience the mode of goodness which prevails at that time. And if it is possible for us to go to the temple, we go to the temple, do Mangalarti. Otherwise, we just chant Mangalarti in our house in front of our deities or the pictures. We offer a small arti to our deities or picture, whatever you have at your home. You just offer, few items like incense, agarbatti, ghee lamp. It can be a single ghee lamp, not 5 are required. Then flowers and another lamp with camphor. Just 4 items are good enough, which are mentioned here in Skanda Puran and Hari Bhakti Vilas. So just offer Aarti. Best is 3 times a day, if not at least once a day during Brahma Muhurta when you get up. Incense, ghee lamp, camphor. You can offer camphor in the same lamp, take out the ghee. Once the ghee is there, wash the lamp and then again offer camphor if you don't have 2 lamps. Then flowers. So flower should be some fragrant flower, not the artificial flower or the flower which only looks good and does not have fragrance. Some fragrant flower. That is one thing which one should do. Get up in the morning, worship the Lord. Another thing which one should do is, as we discussed earlier, offering ghee lamp to Radha Damodar and sing Damodar Ashtakam. Okay. So in the temple they do it twice a day, morning and evening. In home, at least you should do once in a day. Then hear Hari Katha. Okay. If possible, in the dham, if not possible, wherever you are. That is the third thing. Okay. Fourth thing, when of course is offering of ghee lamps and all, so that is there. And so fourth thing is you should offer very nice, tasty food items and fruits to the Lord in your house. So generally in our house, whatever we eat, that we offer to the Lord. But in the month of Karthik, as and when time allows us, we should cook something extra sweet, or if not possible, just get some nice quality fruits and offer them to the Lord. So, and the fifth thing is, as I told you, of course, the worship which I told you in the beginning, that also includes worshipping Tulasi and circumambulating her. Okay, so worship includes worship of the Lord and worship of Tulsi, both. And the fifth thing which I told you is take a vow in Karthik to either read with a specific aim something, some book, some scripture, or the aim to chant a specific number of rounds every day. So out of all the 5 items of most potent devotional activities, whatever inspires you the most, take a vow in that regard. Some people go to Vrindavan, they do the Kartik Parikrama. And some people are more interested in chanting more rounds, so they'll take a vow. Some devotees, they take a vow to read every day. Some vow we should take. So these 5 things, if you do, then you'll attain spiritual world with your ancestors. That is the verdict of Brahma himself. He is telling to Narad Muni. Okay, so we can stop here. Any
Hare
question?
Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam. Thank you very much, Prabhuji, for emphasizing the importance of glories of Kartik month, and also practicing sadhakas. What are all the simple but consistent vows that we can take to follow in this month of Kartik, holy month of Kartik, which will help us to advance in spiritual life. Thank you very much, Prabhuji. Especially one point that you mentioned about this one is, if someone follows the morning program regularly, that includes most of the 64 limbs, or 64 principles
Items,
that
yeah.
are 64 items that are described in Hari Bhakti Vilas and devotion, our Nectar of Devotion. That was really inspiring. That's a geniusness of Srila Prabhupada. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you very much. Devotees may please unmute your line and share your questions or comments or reflections, please.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam.
Yes,
Apologies for committing a lot of mistakes. It is my ignorance.
no problem.
Prabhu, today being Sharat Purnima, and also eclipse is there, no Prabhu. And we keep the kheer for Radha Krishna. How to do it? Can we do it tomorrow, or how is it, Prabhu?
Oh yeah, that actually I also have to check. I am not very sure. I came to know the eclipse is it's starting in the afternoon, and so I'll have to check with someone from Vrindavan temple how to do it. I'm not very sure about it right now. You can check with your local temple pujaris and all; they must be knowing. But right now I'm not very sure how to do it. Yes. Generally, we also keep the kheer in the night, and but since there is the eclipse, I am not sure. I'll have to check also. Not sure. Yeah. You can check it with your local temple pujaris. They will tell you how to do it. Yes. Any other question.
Hare Krishna Guruji, Shri Balaji Das here.
Hare
More
Krishna.
than questions, its heart is full of gratitude for this wonderful class that you gave, Guruji. It started, there is a complicated stuff that is there, but then very simplified when all glories to Shri Prabhupada that has given such a wonderful package for all of us. So
Yes.
thank you for reminding us again, Prabhuji. And please pray that the endeavor from our side is that at least we take some vrata, some vow in this holy month. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, once again.
Yes. So when we take some vow which gives us little trouble, then it purifies us also, and it increases our taste for devotional service. Generally, we are living our daily lives, and we become very much conditioned to live in a certain manner. But what is tapasya? No. In sorry, I have cold. Since so all my nose and eyes are there, water is coming from there. So what is tapasya basically? So we hear that devotees don't do tapasya and tapasya is not required in bhakti. But we see that in fourth canto of Bhagavatam, Dhruva Maharaj is doing tapasya and it is pleasing the Supreme Lord. It is mentioned in the verses also like that specifically. So tapasya is basically some activity. What is bhakti? Bhakti is some activity only. So now any activity which is meant for invoking the blessings of the Lord, it is called as a devotional activity. Whether it is tapasya or it is karma or it is jnana. So any tapasya. What is tapasya? Accepting some involuntary convenience to achieve a higher purpose. That is called as tapasya. So any tapasya which is meant for invoking the blessings or the mercy of the Supreme Lord, that is pleasing to the Lord. So when we say there is no tapasya in devotional service, it means that there is no dry tapasya, like going to Himalayas or giving unnecessary trouble to the body. But what is the tapasya for devotee? He has to get out of his conditioning. That is the biggest tapasya. And for doing that, one has to take some vow and trouble his mind. So in the beginning, it will give a lot of trouble, the mind will be disturbed. That why I have to do like this? No, it's not required. But once we undergo that trouble, we take that trouble, then you'll find that beyond that little trouble is a lot of pleasure and peace of mind also. We are all searching for peace of mind. That peace of mind will come when we undertake some devotional tapasya. So if your mind is disturbed, then you take up this devotional tapasya. Then your mind will be peaceful and you will find bliss. We are practicing devotional service to find some bliss, but there is no bliss actually. And bliss will come when there will be some tapasya. So that's why it is very important in Karthik to do like that. Actually, you should do all the time, but specifically in Karthik, you should do.
Jai. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Also, when we take up that tapasya, then it reminds us always of Krishna. Let's say that we take a tapasya of not eating any sweets in Karthik. I'm not saying you do like that, just an example. Because we like sweets so much. So whenever we want to eat sweets, then we'll be reminded of the vow and we'll be reminded, okay, I have to do this for pleasure of Srimati Radharani. Of course, this kind of tapasya is not required. I'm just giving you one example. So, because if you do some physical tapasya, then it helps you to stabilize the mind. That's why. Otherwise, not required. The most important is some devotional tapasya. So, whenever the mind wants to do something else, then we are reminded, no, I have to do it for pleasure of Srimati Radharani. So definitely, at least in the month of Karthik, let me do it. It's like that. So for our near and dear ones in family, we do so many things. Sometimes we do tapasya. So Srimati Radharani is also our eternal mother. And so for her, we should show our love in this 1 month at least by taking up that tapasya. Then you'll find at the end of that month, when your vow will be, it will reach culmination, you'll feel that bliss. Everybody can experience it. Okay. Any other question?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, can we have a darshan of Govardhan?
Govardhan, yes. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, just 1 minute. So, can you see Govardhan?
Yes, yes, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Very good.
Behind the houses there. You can see there.
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu. Thank you so much, Prabhu.
And you see that white house there
Yes.
in front of my hand?
Yes.
Of my hand. That is the Srinathji temple, where the deity of Gopal was found.
Okay.
You know the pastime of Madhavendra Puri?
Yes, Prabhu.
We found the Gopal deity. That is the temple, that white temple is on top of Govardhan there.
Thank you so much, Prabhu. Dandavad Pranam. Sitting here where we have seen Vrindavan.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Dandavad Pranam Prabhu. Very nice.
Okay. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna,
Thank you,
Prabhu.
Prabhuji.
Thank you.
For joining today, and we hope and pray that you have a wonderful Karthik month in front of you, and you also pray for me that I am able to follow some vow in Karthik. So Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Prrmasindhu cha patitanam
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you once again. Hare Krishna devotees, thank you. And as notified, from tomorrow onwards, by every Sunday, we will have the Sunday feast program in the evening, preceded by followed by Damodar Arti. So please pay attention to our messages coming in the WhatsApp group. Thank you, devotees.
No morning class then.
There's no morning class, Mataji. Yeah.
Okay.
But in the evening. Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, devotees. Hare Krishna, Dandavad Pranam.
Yep.
Wish you all a wonderful Karthik month. Thank you.